Hey Cancer, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing the shadow work readings for our weekly reading. There is 2 full moons this month. So for the first of those, we'll be doing the shadow work readings as a weekly, and I will do an all signs for the second full moon. Now this full moon is in Aquarius. It is also a super moon, so that means it is actually closer to Earth. So the effects are a little bit stronger. It is mostly affecting Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So if you do have strong placements in any of those, it may be affecting you a little bit more. But because it is in Leo season, it's quite a dramatic time period, this full moon, where we're looking at a lot of, surprises and dramatic conclusions to things. But it will actually, help release, reveal, as well as, offering that opportunity to realign to your true purpose as well. Now, quite interesting, this full moon is called a sturgeon moon. So it's all about harvest and abundance, this full moon. But the sturgeon is actually a fish, which is one of the oldest living fossils, so to speak, meaning that it hasn't actually changed since the earliest fossil records. But the sturgeon itself is actually on the critically endangered list. So there is a very strong pull this time around, with that sturgeon moon, for people to be aware that, not only are we creating abundance and harvest for ourselves, but we are creating that abundance and harvest for the future, and also, feeding earth and spirit around us as well to help provide more abundance and future harvests. So that, within ourselves, we don't want abundance just right here and right now. We want abundance long term, next season, the season after that as well. So there is this sort of strong flow at the moment to give back to earth and spirit at this time, as well as obviously giving to yourself as well. So if you are someone who does like to do a full moon offering or meditation or any sort of ritual or anything with the full moon, it really is a good time to be making a small offering of food and or money as well, for that abundance side of things. In China, actually, they have the Hungry Ghosts Festival. They do call it the full moon of the Hungry Ghosts. All right, so it's where they believe that the gates to hell open and the hungry dead start to walk the earth. So if you do leave a small offering of food and money, that you're kind of protecting yourself from these spirits at this sort of a time. Quite interesting though, but it is across a lot of cultures and countries in the world, it is a big time for harvest, this full moon. So it is important to be giving back as much as what we want to receive as well. All right. But I will let everyone know, if you leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. I'll be drawing that when we hit our first 100 subscribers. So make sure you like and subscribe as well, guys. Keep updated. And basically, I will let everyone know we are using today 3 different decks. And I will take a timestamp to let you know when the reading actually starts as well, since I do talk a lot. Sorry, guys. But today I'm getting an overview with our Soul's Journey lesson cards. We also have the Red Hand Lenormand. And I am using the Hidden Truth Oracle to get some extra layer of your hidden truth. This reading is all about you. It is a shadow work reading, okay? So if you don't know what shadow work is, there's plenty of resources online to set you on that right journey. But, we're just sort of looking at things within yourself that you may want to face. Sometimes, shadow work is all about, facing the darker sides of ourselves that we may not want to deal with, in order to, grow as a human, become a little bit better for ourselves. All right. It's all about self. Okay. Shadow work is about looking at the darker sides of ourself and using those to sort of incorporate into self growth. All right. Okay. So getting into it for you today, Cancer, we'll start with that Soul's Journey Oracle. Okay, what does Cancer need to know for their shadow work, please? What does Cancer need to know for their shadow work, please? Okay, we have the loneliness card, Cancer. That does say, I know that I am never alone. All right. So, issues of loneliness may be plaguing you at the moment. You may have found that you have been, going a bit hermit mode lately, taking a lot of time to yourself, by yourself. But it's also letting us know with that particular card, it does let us know to, find your belief, Cancer, and really have faith within yourself that there are people around you, whether in the physical realm or in the spirit realm. There are definitely people around you who will be there for you and alongside you. All right. So for a lot of us, that's going to be things like whatever you personally believe in, of course. But a lot of people like to have the support of things like guardian angels, God, the universe in general, Mother Earth, people that have passed on, as well as, I do feel that there probably is a couple of, people in your life that do want to be there to support you and be surround you. But, you're just sort of feeling this inner loneliness, even when you're around others, I feel at the moment, Cancer. Um, Sorry, my nose is a bit itchy today. I'm like, was that you guys that I had the itchy nose the other day? Oh, it always kind of means that there's a lot of messages to be had. That's the interesting thing about whenever my nose gets itchy like that. Okay, Cancer. What does Cancer need to know for their shadow work, please? Okay, so Cancer, I am getting, this is kind of a continuation on partly what I just spoke about with that loneliness card here. We do have the candle coming through. Okay, so for some of you, this is that, lighting a candle for someone who has passed kind of energy. It, it's also letting me know that there's a lot of power within you, Cancer, so that if you were to be someone who's interested in things like full moon rituals and those sorts of things, that really may be something that would actually really help you. Even just full moon meditations, all those sorts of things. With the candle, a lot of the time I do connect that to spirit, to the universe, that Mother Earth power, whatever you personally believe in, God or whatever. It's kind of that, keeping that flame burning for the person that isn't physically there. So, for a lot of people, they do that for, someone who has passed on, light a candle, so that they will come home, sort of a vibe, someone who's missing, all those sorts of things. But it's really, I'm feeling there's a lot of magic with that for you, Cancer. So this may actually be an interesting time for you to, stop and have a look at, the things that you really are drawn to on a spiritual level, to help combat that loneliness. Because I do feel as though you have a lot of power, Cancer, and a lot of magic. I can just feel that magic coming through with that card today. But for others of you, so if that resonates for you and you are felt drawn to that as a spiritual kind of image there, that would definitely be for you, to sort of look within yourself and sort of start to learn a little bit more about your potential, powers on a spiritual level, to really focus a little bit more on your spiritual self and what you believe in, and once again, that I know that I'm never alone. So I'm really getting that strong pull of, religion and spiritual aspects coming through. So it really would be a good time for you to look within and work out exactly what it is that you believe when it comes to all that sort of stuff, and having a lot of faith at the moment, because, even when it's not a spiritual message, the candle does talk about having faith. All right, because I feel like for others of you, this is actually representing somebody, like physical in your life, but they're not in your life. Okay. um it's that vibe of, putting a candle in the window, wanting someone to come home, someone that's missing from your life at this time. All right. So you kind of, you've got this ever, like, it's that, I keep getting that Eternal Flame song by the Bangles. All right. It's a 80s song or something, guys. It's an old one, but it's a lovely song. All right. And it's about, burning that flame eternal, having that love eternal for somebody, and obviously, if that's someone for you in particular is someone that's passed on, it's all about, burning that candle brightly and still holding that flame for that person, even if they've passed from this world, even if they're no longer in your life. That's fine for you to, burn a flame for that person, and burn that flame within you, that love within you, because fire does sort of talk quite a lot about passion as well. So for some of you, this is someone, in the real world that you have a lot of passion towards, and they're just not in your life at this time. But you still sort of burn this flame for them inside. You're still thinking about them, quite a lot. And there's a lot of love and passion for this person. And it's kind of that, keeping that flame burning within you. And you're kind of, it's something you need to face, Cancer, that you are holding this flame for this person. And you're not, I feel like it's weird. Because why are they not in your life, Cancer? If you have this much love and desire for this person, why are they not in your life currently? Is that something that is, beyond your control, or not? With that much love and passion, Cancer, you you just need to face that, okay, Cancer? And once again, I'm getting drawn back to that loneliness card as well, because it says, I know that I am never alone. So I do feel that this candle burns brightly. I want to say, this candle burns at both ends. So, you can kind of, if you put a mirror image of that candle and, have another flame down here, that's this person. They hold this candle for you too, Cancer. So whether that's someone, whether you're the person that's someone in reality that hasn't passed, they still burn a flame for you as well. All right. And there's something about that situation that you're not facing, and that's, shadow work is asking you to face that situation, and ask yourself why you're still burning this candle, and why they are still burning this candle for you in return. But there's no meeting in the middle. It's what's going on, Cancer, I want to ask. But because I do feel as though there is a strong connection here, because I can even see it. I don't, like, I know it's not there, right? But I can even see this reflected back down into, as if I had another card, right? As if I had another card with the same image, reflecting, and I'm like, this is this person and this is you. And there's a strong connection between you guys. All right. So maybe that's what that I am never alone vibe is all about, because they're always with you. They're right here in this flame that you hold within you. They're right there. And you are with them as well. Okay. So you're never alone. You always are energetically connected to whoever this person is for you, Cancer. Very interesting. Um, and it does kind of connect with these other two cards that I'm seeing here as well, Cancer, because I do have the Sun as well as the House. All right. So, and quite interestingly, I am getting the same message I was getting for Pisces with this Sun card as well, because they did draw the Sun card as well. So if you have strong placement in Pisces, you might want to check out that reading as well. But I just want to talk about this home for a second, okay? Because the house is, it talks about home, the things that make you feel stable and secure, things that feel like home, feel like family, and this person is right there, Cancer. There is another message coming through with that house energy, but I'm strongly feeling that this person is home to you, and this is why this can, you can kind of imagine that candle is burning inside one of these windows of this house right now. Both houses, kind of a vibe, like, like metaphorically or whatever. You can kind of picture it, right? The candle burning in the window, waiting for the other one to come home. All right. So I just thought I would mention that, Cancer, because that is a super strong connection I've got coming through there. I don't normally get other people's energy coming through with the shadow work readings. So that is obviously important for you to be facing that issue, Cancer. And I feel as though a lot of you are going to know straight away who that is. For some of you, like I said, that is definitely someone, for some of you, that is definitely someone who is actually like spiritual connection rather than physical in this world connection. All right, but for others of you, this person is still in reality, and you're not currently in each other's lives. So all right. Very interesting, Cancer. That got a bit deeper than I was expecting right then. But yeah, with the house energy, so there is also this other message coming through with the house energy that, because like I said, it can talk about the family situation. All right, so I am getting a strong message about family situation and looking back at, like your childhood home, how you spent your childhood, how you were raised, family, like it's a family connection to do with your childhood. All right, so whether you had a happy family or an unhappy family as a child, there's something about the way that you were raised, that you are kind of, it's really affecting the way that you are like secure and finding security and stability in this current area of your life. All right, so there's something about, the way that your home has been established in the past, that is actually affecting you now, and stopping you from establishing that sense of home again. All right, so maybe that's what's happened with this person. All right, because they feel like home to you, but you kind of don't understand what home is for you, is the vibe I'm getting from that, Cancer. So but there's definitely something about, the way that you were sort of raised or within the family situation, that you need to deal with as well. So I feel like that's going to be different for everyone within the collective. It's slightly different for everyone within the collective. Like I say, I can definitely feel that there's some Cancers who had quite a happy upbringing, but there's still something about that upbringing that is holding you back from, you know, finding stability in the sense of home now. Maybe it's because it could be flipped for both of you. So whoever's had the happy childhood, you may be having a struggle at the moment because home is not as, your idea of home now is not as stable and secure as your childhood was. And then flip that for, if you had an unhappy childhood, you are not aware of, you don't know how to make a happy, stable home now, because you never had that. All right. So whatever that is for you in particular, like I said, that's an individual thing coming through for everyone, within the collective that's coming through. I've got a few different, it would take me an hour to go through all the little messages, and a lot of it's quite personal. So some of you have gone through quite a rough childhood, and it's still affecting you today, with the way that you establish yourself, and the way that you actually feel secure and understand the concept of what is home. All right. So have a think about what is home to you, Cancer, and why you feel that way. What is it about your childhood that has instilled that belief in you? Is that something that you need to face and change, or is that something that you need to take on board, those things that you learnt as a child, and put them into now? All right. So that's, like I said, different for everyone. We also have the Sun card. Like I did say, that is resonating very strongly with the same message I actually got from Pisces, which is kind of weird because I've never gotten this message before in a shadow work reading when it comes to the sun. Normally the sun in a shadow work reading is all about things being revealed to you. So which is kind of, what's going on here with these other two cards. I feel like you guys are getting a lot of personal revelations at this time. This full moon is going to be a hectic one for you guys there, Cancer. And a lot of things are sort of being revealed to you, and you're having a lot of personal revelations coming through. But I'm getting this, in a standard reading, the sun is all about happiness. All right. And what I'm getting off this as a shadow work happiness theme is you are having an issue dealing with happiness. Because I feel for a lot of you, you're so used to things, being crazy, drama, unhappy, sadness, all the negative feelings, that you really don't know how to cope with happiness, and you're kind of a bit defensive against happiness, and maybe that's part of what's causing that loneliness feeling, as well, and because you don't know how to accept just chilling and being happy in the peace and quiet. You're so used to it not being happy that you're really struggling to accept happiness and have gratitude for those small happy moments in your life. So quite an interesting thing. If you want to know more about that, I'm running quite a lot on time here. So, if you wanted to know a little bit more about that, that side of things, and that really resonates with you, that happiness factor, check out that Pisces reading, because I did go quite in depth with that. But that is it in a nutshell, is that it's you're not facing happiness. It's kind of, that whole vibe of, you're so used to looking out for the worst case scenarios that you're forgetting to look for the best case scenarios. And it's okay to be happy. It's totally okay to have happiness and be happy. And there's something about you, Cancer, that's kind of rebelling against happiness at this time. So looking at that within yourself, and asking yourself what that is all about. But it's definitely not coming quite as strong for you, as what it was for Pisces. I do feel that there is that other element of, we're looking at these other things being revealed, and they are coming through quite heavy. So that's just sort of a bit of a side note for a lot of you, I feel. That don't be afraid to be happy. Allow yourself to be happy. Don't be defensive against happiness. It's okay to be happy. All right, but we'll grab some hidden truth for you as well, Cancer. Okay, Cancer. What is Cancer's hidden truth? Okay, Cancer. Straight away, I want to say, we both know I am not the one for you. What this card is all about is those feelings of unworthiness. All right. And so for a lot of you, that's coming from that childhood energy that we talked about. A lot of you that you just feel as though you don't deserve happiness, and that's probably why you're fighting against it so hard there. But we both know I'm not the one for you. I don't feel it like this is anyone in particular for you, Cancer. I feel like this is you just sort of saying, I'm not the one for anyone. I'm not good enough for anyone. And you've been, I feel like that's probably played out in your life with multiple people. You having this underlying feeling that you're just not good enough. And that's pushing you away from happiness and the potential to be happy. And that's caused you to push people away. That may make you happy, and that's why you're feeling this loneliness, because you are not accepting the happiness, and you're feeling as though you're not worth that. So that's something that you probably really would want to have a bit of a look at within yourself, Cancer, because there's also an element of, we both know I am not the one for you, and you're just kind of, I feel like you're talking to the universe as well, like to God as well, saying you just don't feel strong enough to be, the one for. Yeah, it's just that that sense of, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve that. Um, why would God listen to me? I'm not good enough for God to listen to. I'm not, but God will listen to everyone. And, you know, you matter no matter what. Every single person matters in this world, even the ones that, you probably think don't. They probably matter a lot more than others as well, because, you know, let me put it to you like this, Cancer. The the best Think about the best things that you have seen in other people. The best qualities you can think of that you've seen in other people, that you think that I could never be like that. That's just they're so beautiful, they're so whatever it is, so successful, so, you know, and then think about the worst things that you have ever seen in any people. Like, we all know that, this world is not the prettiest place. There's a lot of, you know, serial killers and a lot of horrible things happen in the world, and people that do horrible things in this world. And so, think about the worst that humanity can do. Think about the best that humanity can do. All right. Because, right, the best that you can imagine in or see in somebody else, you have the potential to be that as well. Just like the worst that you see in humanity, that you see in other people, we all have that potential to be that horrible as well. We just don't want to be like that and choose to not kill someone, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to, a lot of us have this self-governing thing between what's right and wrong, and we steer clear of all those things. But if that's the worst within humanity, and pretty much any person on earth could go and one day decide to be a serial killer. What's honestly, there's probably not much stopping a lot of people, other than societal pressure and all that, normality, and our own sense of right and wrong. Same can be said on the other side of things. So the best things that you see within others, there's nothing that's actually stopping you from, if someone in the world can dream it, it means it's possible. If someone in the world can do it, it's possible for you to do it as well. All right, for you to be that as well. All right. So uh, I hope that makes sense. Is what I'm trying to get across there. But I'm just trying to sort of get through to you, Cancer, that nobody is unworthy. Not even those serial killers sitting in jail. There's still something that they've brought to this world, I'm sure. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure someone out there would be able to come up with it. We need those, you can't see the light without the dark, unfortunately. So, even if you're looking at all the dark things within yourself, you can't see the light without that darkness. All right, so that darkness serves its purpose. Start looking for the light within yourself instead of focusing on those dark spots. All right. Once again, I'm talking a lot again, Cancer. I'm sorry. But then we also have, you came closer than anyone. Straight up, we're talking about this person here. You pushed them away, didn't you, Cancer? You came closer than anyone. They came close. They came so close to making you happy. And this is what, you pushed them away because you felt as though you didn't deserve them. I'm going to leave that for you to decide how you want to deal with that one. That's sort of, if I start talking about that too much, I'm going to be telling you what to do, and no one wants that. I'm a Capricorn, so I do get a bit bossy. But I think you already know. Okay, Cancer. So it comes down to everything that we've talked about today. This feeling of unworthiness, pushing happiness away. This issue in the foundation of, for a lot of you, there's issues in the foundation of what home is and what such stability is for you. And I feel like, this is why, you know someone came really close to, seeing this little flame inside you, but don't look, don't see that. You can't see that. I better, run away before they see that. That may not resonate for every single one of you, of course. But you are more than welcome to check your other placements as well, guys. Your moon sign is usually a really good one for the shadow work readings with the full moon. All right, but that's what I have for you today, Cancer. So, longest reading of the week so far. But like I said, I do talk a lot. But hopefully everyone, can face some of these harder issues, and let me know in the comments if that resonated for you or not. Either way is fine. But hopefully I will see you again soon.